everyone, it's Kate from Wildly Unprepared, and I am back for another one of my life segments. Now, my life segments are where I just talk about things going on in my life, in my days, struggles I'm going through, all of the above, and things that I know that probably you guys are going through too, and just getting real and vulnerable and jiggy with it. Last week I talked to you all about depression and riding the waves of depression and how it's okay and normal if your depression spikes or if you're feeling low again. Remember, just because you are depressed, it does not mean you will stay there. You will pick yourself up and you will rise again. So with that, today I'm going to talk to you about actual action steps you can take to pull yourself back up from that pit of depression. And my first one is to see a therapist. I started seeing a therapist back when I was a junior in college at USC. I'd just gone through the really painful death of my best friend and the death of my ex-boyfriend, so I was beside myself. Because of all that, I knew I needed professional help. So I started to see an LMFT who helped me sort through that grief and that trauma. From that point on, I started seeing therapists on and off, and I have for the past 3, 4, almost 5 years, and I see one even today. And while that may sound crazy, it's not. Let me say that again. It is not crazy to see a therapist. In fact, it's strong. It's a sign of courage and strength. There's sadly this big stigma around therapy. It's seen as crazy or embarrassing or weak, but all of those things are absolute lies. Knowing, admitting, and seeking help is not a sign of cowardice or weakness. It's a true sign of bravery, I'm telling you. So first and foremost, if you are depressed or seeking help for any other type of mental health condition, know that therapy is none of those things. Remove that stigma from your mind. When you're depressed, seeing a therapist is absolutely necessary. It's so smart, and I promise you that down the line, you will thank yourself for doing so. Actually, you shouldn't just see a therapist if you're depressed or feeling low. Every single person in the world could benefit from seeing a therapist. It doesn't matter if you think you're perfect, you got nothing wrong, no trauma, no heartbreaks, blah, blah, blah. The truth is that a therapist can show you things, bring things out of you, give you perspectives and tools that you didn't even know you needed. But for depression specifically, which is what we're talking about today, here is why therapy helps. First, like I said in my last video, sometimes depression can stem from nothing. It's unexplainable, you don't know what caused it, you just know you're really sad. But other times, depression does stem from circumstances or heartbreaks or rough things that you're going through. So, a therapist can help you make sense of those circumstances. Often when you're depressed, you get stuck in this crazy, terrible circle of overanalyzing everything that's happened and wishing it could be better and going over in your head what you or the other person or whatever could have done differently. But seeing a therapist can help you break that vicious circle. But seeing a therapist can give you a fresh perspective and help you come to terms and peace with what's happened and learn how to move forward. Second, talk therapy can actually give you skills and tactics to help you cope. Second, talk therapy can actually give you skills and tactics to help you cope with your depression. Yep, maybe you didn't know this, maybe it sounds absolutely not so, but there are actual skills you can learn to help with mental health conditions. For example, you can make a little box or bag or pile of things that make you feel good and make you feel happy, remind you of good times, calms you down, and whenever you're feeling super sad, triggered, depressed, anxious, you can pull out that little box and go through the things. Some things you can put in that box of yours are your favorite scent. So when you're feeling upset, you just open it, give it a smell, maybe put it on your body, and it'll soothe you. Another thing I have in the box that I keep is this cute little jar that my dear friend Nashby from my church made me. So this was like the sweetest thing on earth, but in this jar, I'm opening it, he put beads and like symbols that spelled out the word love. And he also put papers on the inside, and each one says a different thing. We've got warrior, resilient, fighter, and these are all things that he wrote about me after hearing more about me and hearing my story and my journey. So he made me this jar and he told me to shake it whenever I'm feeling sad so I can remember that I'm loved. So yeah, I mean, when I'm feeling sad, this is a surefire way to make me feel better. There's other tactics like breathing techniques, or there's certain types of therapies like DBT or CBT that they can teach you too. This is a DBT skills workbook. So DBT is dialectical behavioral therapy, and it's a type of therapy that helps with intense mental health issues. There's a ton of information in this book. There's a ton of things that I can't even begin to teach you, like radical acceptance, mindfulness, just a lot of different ideas, tactics, tools that you can use to help you get out of depression. And I learned about all of those things by going to therapy. Third, and I talked about this in my last video, but when you're depressed or when you have depression, sometimes it's really hard to get other people to understand. Or sometimes you simply don't want to get other people to understand. You don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to seclude yourself, isolate yourself. I know how that goes, but I'm telling you right now that's only going to make things worse. Until you're ready to talk to other people about your depression, a therapist can serve as a safe and secure... Something just fell from my ceiling. Anyway. Until you're ready to talk to other people about your depression, a therapist can serve as a safe and secure place for you to go to process things, to get things out with, and just have somebody to talk to and to listen to you. Those are just a few basic reasons why therapy can help so much with depression or any type of mental health condition or just in general. I know firsthand that depression makes it so hard for you to want to get out of bed.
I only love my bed and my mom, I'm sorry.
And go seek the help that you probably know you need. But I beg you to please do it. Therapy is one aspect of my healing that absolutely saved and changed my life. And today I'm so much more aware of my triggers, my emotions, my feelings. I can understand things I've gone through. I can put words to my heartache. And without any of those things, I probably would still be in the pit of depression that I used to be for 10 years. Now I have the tools and the awareness and the healing and the comfort necessary to face my depression head on whenever it comes up. And isn't that the goal? We want to help you work through your depression as quickly and easily as possible. Now that we've talked about why therapy, stay tuned for another video on how to find a therapist. Love you all. Please commit to your mental health and helping yourself and healing yourself. It is one of the most important things you will ever do in your life. So leave me a comment about your experience with therapy or your thoughts on this video or where you stand with seeking help. I want to know where you guys have been and maybe help answer a few questions. So leave me a comment, subscribe, and tune in next time. Bye guys.